Welcome to another Dragonstride Legacy Reborn video / Dragonheir Silent Gods. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Guys, this will be the final episode where we are testing the elemental affinities. Now we have a couple of them left, which is Radiance and Lightning. We're going to see what the bonus does for them. Any nerfs, buffs occurred, anything that will actually influence their damage. So, before we dive into that, guys, I just quickly want to let you know that I will be doing a pretty good giveaway, so you might want to stay tuned for that. Basically, I'm going to give away 10 of these packs, guys. So, if you head onto the special supply, the value pack, the one that gives you 70 Light dice, I'll be giving 10 of those packs away to some of you guys that are subscribed to the channel. And make sure you guys join my Discord. Click on the link in the pinned comment and in the description down below. On top of the giveaway, we have tons of amazing people helping around with Dragonheir, making strats. If you need a team for all of the events that they have and all that stuff, definitely join in the Discord. I will be giving you more information about this in the next video. But talking about the main topic, guys, Radiance and Lightning. One thing that I've noticed, and I want to start with that, okay, before we dive into actually do the testing versus the dummy. The Radiance team used to be one of the best AoE damage for dungeons. I'm not necessarily talking about Vortex and all that because they were lacking in there. But when we are talking about endgame boss, when we're talking about the world bosses, when we're talking about Grave of Venom, Grave of Curse, etc. And I'm talking about Season 1. They used to be some of the best, okay? You used to bring in Filto, for example, which used to absolutely wreck the enemies. And that's mainly because you were building him with very high crit damage, high attack, and with the lucky playing cards, which will ensure that his first two hits are always critical. Now, if he was not one-shotting the bosses with the first hit, the second was 1000% wiping them all off, especially in dungeons. So we're going to see if that's still something that works. He was extremely powerful in the Feymender, just one-tapping them, bang, 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 making your progression super smooth in there. Then we have Huberg. Huberg used to do very good damage as well. The only thing is, he required a little bit of an extra push to get to that level where he can actually do a lot of damage. Because his skill basically needs to be used more so he can summon more orbs. When this skill is cast again, summons an additional orb. So the more he's using it, the more orbs he's summoning. Now, basically what they've changed with Radiance, I think I've covered this in the previous video, they basically added this effect. So if they have one stack of Rally, increases the energy orb damage by 20. If he has 2 stacks of Rally, casts the skill once more. If he has 3 stacks of Rally, summons 1 additional energy orb. I want to see if this is good or this is bad, okay? Because I don't know how to feel about it yet. So I'm going to quickly try to do a bit of testing in a dungeon before we dive into the other one. It's actually a good way to get out of the monotony, out of the routine. So we're going to go versus stage 18. Let's take stage 18 right here. Now this is level 255. If I remember it correctly, I'm not able to check that right now. I think the highest level was probably 180. But you know what? I'm actually going to go on an older video quickly to check that. So we are on my channel right here. We're going to type Grave of Venom. I'm quickly going to mute the site. And I want to see if is this on the highest possible stage. At least it gives us an idea. Mythical Gear. That's the one that we want to see. By the way, if you are looking for any guides for anything related to the game, you can search them on my channel. The thing is, some of them will be outdated because we have a brand new version of the game. But rest assured, guys, that I'll be dropping guides on pretty much every little thing that matters. So if you have any particular ideas, feel free to let me know in my Discord, in the general chat for Dragonheir. Basically, let's quickly check the level of the boss, because that's what I want to see. 170, okay. Is it 170 on the highest stage? Yeah, so 170. I will try to go to level 170 just to see if by any chance we can one-shot those ones in there, right? So this is season 2, but that doesn't matter. It's just mainly to see the levels. So this is pretty high. But if we go to, let's see, what do we have? Level 200, 13, 175. Level 200. Let's go versus this one. Can Filto still do the job as he was previously doing it? Or he cannot. So I'm going to keep 1 rally, 2 rally characters in here. Maybe I should bring in another one to get this triggers every 20 seconds, but it doesn't matter, right? We just want to see the damage at the beginning, if he's able to one-tap or not. So I used to put one of these auras, 3 damage, and let it make the boom. Let it make the boom and see. Okay, so we're buffing. We're getting more rally buffs on it. We should be having some already from the elemental affinity. Okay, and the damage dropped 50% almost of the boss's HP. He was definitely doing more. He was definitely doing more, or at least was feeling like it. But truth be told, we are on a stage where the boss is 20 levels higher or so. So that might as well influence a bit the damage that we are getting out of him, right? But overall, on this stage, more or less, he works the same. Now, we did get higher difficulties. Can he still do anything versus the bosses on a high difficulty? Can he still get some of that magic? Or not really? So we're going to see it right now, if my Gyarius survives. Hopefully he does. That's why I brought in Gillian in here to help. Come on, get a job done. Give him some healing. So we got the decreased attack, the defense down, and the damage was like this much of the HP bar. So really not much out of Filto, which doesn't look too promising to me in my opinion. No defense down this time around, which kind of sucked. But his damage is not great versus this boss. Like, you will need him to use, what, 6, 7, 8 ultimate skills just to get a boss down, which is not necessarily a big thing, a big deal, right? Because, hey, you're farming the boss. It doesn't need to be 20 seconds run or anything like that. But I have a feeling that Radiance is just really underperforming. So I'm going to bring that defense aura back because my Gyarius actually got wrecked in there. And I'm going to bring in Huberg. Let's see what Huberg does. Gyarius, survive. I need you to survive. Okay, so we're getting that up and running. And that was the HP bar right here. Let's see. It almost feels like Huberg with the very first hit does as much damage as we're getting from Filto. Yeah, more or less. More or less. So it means that maybe Huberg is better than Filto now for this type of fights. Hopefully, in the Feymender, he's still able to get the job done. Yeah, so you see how much more damage we got now that the skill is starting to release more orbs. That's actually really good. Really, really good. And we're not even on 3 stacks of rally, right? I wish we could see how many stacks of rally we have, but it seems like it's pretty hard to see that. I'm not sure if it's a direct nerf to rally or an indirect nerf to rally, and the indirect nerf occurred because we have much higher levels of enemies in game now to fight, or they somehow reduce the damage with the changes that they have incorporated, where you need more stacks of rally. Now, keep in mind, the talents and all that will definitely make quite a bit of a difference on all of the characters. But I'm not at a point where I can actually unlock them fully on the test server. So that's why I decided not to actually go and do it. But as you guys can probably notice, with Huberg, we still got the job done. 1 minute and 30 seconds, farming one of the highest stages, you know. I'm actually happy with that. We still have 2 more stages to go through, but it seems like my Gyarius is not going to be able to survive it. I need to basically build a proper team where I can actually keep them alive. I need to bring in a shield dispel character too, or something like that to get the job done. If we're gonna head over to the dummy, guys, let's quickly see what the Radiance can do in here. Now, because we talked a bit about the Radiance already, we're gonna go straight to the Dauntless. So, the more hits we bring in, the better. So that's mainly what this does, okay? The more ally attack hits, the better. So Terrible as well, if I remember correctly, he was bringing quite a few of them. Switches to a different shooting stance. The hero's attack increases by 15 and 12%. Each basic attack has a chance of triggering multi-fire, firing 3 arrows that deal damage. Okay, so maybe we're not going to bring in Terrible. Let's bring in the Monkey King because he's free. And I'm going to bring in Sura. Sura has a lot of freaking hits in there. And then I'm going to try to bring them in, I don't know, any unit from the Dauntless, the Lightning, that is just not a damage dealer. And Mithrasi will work as well because she is Radiance, which pairs with Lightning this time around. Now, you have this orb right here, okay? Which has the skills, the Thunderbolt. So we're going to see what we can do with them. No gear on anyone. I wish we could see how much damage it's doing, but at least we can see when it's fully loaded, right? We can see when it's fully loaded, which is good. Okay, so we should be proccing tons and tons of basic attack hits right now. Like, lots of them. Man, I want to Mithrasi too so freaking bad. So the orb is attacking the enemy on the left. It doesn't really matter who they're attacking. It's just mainly seeing how it works. But nobody will bring so much damage in such short amount of time versus a single target like the Dauntless. Like, they're going crazy. And that little freaking flying orb is actually shooting pretty fast as well. Which seems pretty interesting. I wish I could see the damage from the orb as well, man. And it seems like it's just moving around the map. I guess whenever you are triggering the orb, he's just going to move. Now, we are getting the Monkey King for free, guys. Sun Wukong. Which is actually good, because he's going to pair nice with the Dauntless. He seems like a pretty good unit. Aye, Mithrasi, I will get you one day, don't you worry. Because you're going to be on banners now. You are going to be on banners now. So, what do we have right here? 1.3 million, 1.4. Wow. Wow, the monkey put more damage than the exclusive, which is pretty damn impressive. Probably, maybe he has an AoE attack in there, and I actually missed it. But we're gonna check it in a second. Overall, not looking bad at all. 1.3, 1.4, 1.4, and Sura, of course, is kind of like the unit where you want to put the Witch's Remains on. Sura has 6 hits, if I'm not mistaken, on the ultimate skill, on the 3rd skill, which is really good to apply the defense down, right? But this looks pretty interesting, and I do like the freaking thunderclouds just going around the map and putting in work throughout the entire fight, right? So that's actually nice. I'm actually very curious if this gives them an advantage over Wild, because this deals damage. Wild will just have their increased chance to proc the dice, which should generate more damage as well. But which one of them is better? Or when they designed all of these things, they really thought about them and be like, you know what? We're going to try to balance them, right? Which probably is the case. But either way, definitely looking forward to play some Dauntless. Yeah, so we have an AoE attacking here. That's why he was doing more damage. And as you guys can see, this doesn't even count as a basic skill, but he's still doing some pretty solid damage. Now, his battle skill does count as a basic skill, and he put up some pretty damn good numbers. Now, she has an AoE, if I remember it correctly, too, yeah? And launching a feather, heroes have double chance to trigger the chance, and additional attacks count as basic attacks. So yeah, her skill does count as basic attacks. I do want her as well, man. She looks amazing. Either way, guys, that was Lightning. Let's see what the Dauntless team, the Dauntless the Radiance team can do in here. So we're going to bring in Filto straight to the middle. We're going to bring Lorantil in here. And we are going to bring... Who else? I can bring them another one. Because why not? Let's put 4 in them. 4 of Alton. Where is Alton? Alton. Oh no, we can bring the exclusive, bro. That's why we have him. I've used the exclusives for all of the other elemental affinities. Just let's make it fair play. So, remove all. No more prompts. Remove all. No more prompts. And remove all. Okay. Radiance Rally. Let's see what you are going to do. Hopefully my Lorantil is going to go in front of the rest and actually buff them with the Rally. So right now I can see the stacks. You see the Rally stacks under their thermometer. Let me make myself invisible. You see they have those horns. Those are the Rally stacks. So the more Rally stacks they get, the more damage they should be doing. Which is good. I haven't really noticed them in the dungeon though. Maybe I was just blind before. But look at the damage. Their AoE damage is like second to none. Look at that damage. And we still have halfway to go through. And they're already just dropping crazy damage in there. Like, look at Filto. So Filto is doing... Oh, I was going to say, Filto is doing more damage than Huberg in here, but then Huberg just literally climbed on top of it. Okay, so we're getting the buffs. Talendor. Talendor is underperforming versus the other ones by the looks of it. And he does have an AoE damage skill as well, you know. Is he maybe out of the area for Lorantil and he's not getting the buff? I'm going to move Lorantil a bit in front after. I think that might be it. I kind of like missed that part. So, we have Huberg 2.9. Filto 2.9 as well, but Huberg comes on top with 200k extra. And Talendor with 1.6. Now, what I'm quickly going to do is basically do this. Okay, Huberg doesn't matter where he is. And if he comes right here, it's fine. Because he should be in the area. Don't remember me again. And go, go, go. Okay, so now everybody should be getting the 3 stacks. Hopefully Filto as well, yeah. I mean, he covers the entire map, bro. That was not it. That was not it. He's covering the entire map. I knew it. I thought that he will cover the entire damn thing. I think, yeah, it's just Talendor underperforming a bit. Which is something that I never really experienced because I do not have him, clearly. I did play him in PvP, so we used to have some PvP tournaments before, and he was getting the job done. Especially that his AoE goes all around the map, covers literally the entire box, right? But it seems like, compared to the others, he is really underperforming a bit. The damage output per second is not bad on Filto and Huberg, but overall, we are doing a lot of combos right there. So Huberg, you have 3 stacks now. Filto has 3 stacks. So you should be doing crazy things. Same with Filto. I think maybe Talendor's battle skill might be using Rally as well, and I do not remember it correctly. But either way, the damage is more or less the same. Huberg once again at the top. I do think that Rally got nerfed indirectly, because they perform pretty well in this test comparing this elemental affinity to the rest. But because we have much higher levels of difficulty in dungeons, I think those strategies are just not viable anymore. But that's why we are testing stuff, guys, and that's why I will be dropping tons and tons of different videos and guides for you. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys join my Discord as well, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.